Dr. Ted Grellner. I am here with my dog Pedro. Oops, let me see if you can see my little guy right here. Yes, Pedro is a Schnauzer that I have as a rescue. He's been a great addition, but that's not the reason for this video. The reason for this video is actually to talk about the top 4 mistakes that people make with their wisdom teeth, and I'll get back in a little bit later the reason for having my dog with me. The top 4 mistakes with dealing with your wisdom teeth. Number 4 is waiting until your wisdom teeth come in. Well, the problem with that is that they may not necessarily come in. You know, wisdom teeth are the last teeth to develop in our jaws. Our jaws are getting shorter over the ages. They aren't the same length that they used to be. You know, when we were hunting on the plains and we had to eat much more in the way of raw vegetables and meats, so therefore we don't have room for them and they get impacted and cause problems. So waiting until they come in is these days probably not a good choice. The third top mistake is waiting until they give you trouble. That's my neighbor, if you can hear him, one of Pedro's buddies. So if you wait until you have problems with your teeth, you don't know when those problems are going to come about. But quite frankly, when a tooth starts to come in, when the wisdom tooth first starts coming in, that's one of the more common times when the gum gets infected, because it's almost like having teething pain. That's basically what infants go through. It's a localized infection where the sterile environment around the tooth is no longer sterile from the bacteria in the mouth. The gum gets infected, starts to hurt, and that's usually when people say they're having problems with their wisdom teeth. Those problems are the gum getting infected. Third most common mistake is assuming that it doesn't matter when you have your wisdom teeth out. The problem with that is the timing is critically important to getting wisdom teeth out. And the number 1 mistake is assuming that they're easier to get out once they've come in. Well, we addressed that a little bit earlier when we talked about the fact that often they won't come in, and even if they do, you're talking about getting them out when the bone may be much more hard. So let's look at a clip that is from a TV interview that I did in Chicago, and it's going to talk about these last 2 top mistakes. So enjoy.
One of the biggest problems I feel parents need to do is eliminate wisdom teeth early. These are actually 3D printed models of actual teeth. Removing a partially grown wisdom tooth from the soft bone of a 16-year-old is far easier and less risky than removing the fully formed wisdom tooth from the harder bone of a 20-year-old. Just 4 years difference.
Very good point.
So
we were just talking about
hard-learned lesson. Just had one removed.
Thank you so much for coming in with those advice.
But just remember, you don't have to brush all your teeth. Just the ones you want to keep.
Just the ones you want to keep. Good advice.
Which is all of them. Okay, thank you. And Dr. Grellner has a lot more advice in his book. It is called 8 Secrets About Teeth Everyone Needs to Know. It is available now on Amazon right now. And thank you so much for joining us. Love the tips.
I promised you that I was going to tell you why I have my dog with me, Pedro. Behind me is a conservation area behind my home, and the other night, incredibly, this little guy decided that at 10 o'clock at night, when I usually let my dogs out, that he decided he was going to dive into the brush to chase after something, probably a rabbit. And if he hadn't had this collar on that he's wearing, I probably would not have been able to save him, because I wouldn't have known, other than by noise, where he was, and the brush was so thick, it would have been very, very difficult to see him, and he was getting disoriented. So with this simple little collar that he's got on, and I got it from Amazon, it actually helped save this little guy's life, because I could see him much more easily. I brought him toward me with my flashlight and was able to get him out, and it was actually a pretty difficult thing to do, and something that was totally unexpected. So anyway, that's my personal message to you, that if you've got a dog, get yourself one of these little lighted collars. They're not very expensive, you know, maybe $10 or so, but they're great for these dogs at night, and it may be something that might help save him, you know, if he starts to wander off. So anyway, nice talking with you all. I look forward to seeing you in my office if you choose to see us to deal with your wisdom teeth. It's a very complex subject, and there's much more we could go into, but That's it for the 4 most common mistakes, the top common mistakes in how people deal with their wisdom teeth. Anyway, bye-bye.